Hello, everyone. This is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper, and welcome to my surprise Thanksgiving live broadcast. Anyway, one reason I have to go tonight is because I got a pretty busy day tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to make it back for my Dukes of Hazzard Friday Night Live. So I thought I'd go live tonight. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving. Okay. I know after the latest video from Kamala, we all know that her party's still going. Should couldn't she get charged with public drunkency or whatever they call that when you're out in public drunk? Anyway, and then making videos. I mean, whatever. I guess she's celebrating or maybe drowning her sorrows, whatever it is. She was pretty sauced. Anyway, I just hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving. Okay. Now, if you're surrounded by relatives that don't believe like you, that aren't conservative, hey, that aren't conservative and stuff, and I mean, I can't even imagine where an election would come to where you wouldn't even want to spend the holidays with your family. Hey, hi, Janetta. How's it going? Sweetie, I'm glad, Janetta. I'm going to call you as soon as I get done being live. So, anyway, come on, you guys, quit. Gotta hear the littlest thing out there. Anyway, if you had to deal with woke relatives, the thing is, we need to start standing up to this stuff. We can't knuckle down to it. The reason why we're in this mess is because we care too much about their feelings and not enough about truth and common sense and, having to tell somebody they're wrong, okay, and disciplining and stuff and expecting, making them do it. Just need to stand up for yourself, okay? No matter what they think, they're the ones that are in antidepressants, antipsychotics, taking all these pills to deal with life, okay? They're the ones that need to be in the asylum. So if they don't agree with you, that's okay. When crazy people don't agree with me, I'm just fine with that. It means I'm on the straight and narrow, okay? But anyway, and then watching these videos, they're going to spit in the mashed potatoes and stuff. This is one reason I don't go out to eat, because I know these angry people are cooking, and I trust food that I cook. But yeah, spit in the food, whatever it takes to get their anger out. It's just crazy, okay? But we're the ones that are unstable, right? Yeah, you're going to go spit in your brother's mashed potatoes because he voted for Trump. Hey, Samantha, how you doing? Boy, well, we'll see if Kristen shows up. Be the first time I got all three of my girls, and I don't know, Misha won't show up, but anyway, appreciate you being here. Anyway, this is, like I say, lots to be thankful for. My kids are spending. God, I just wanted to say, hey, I love you, Trump. Your Trump video. Oh, my dancing video? Yeah, I'm going to get into that. YouTube don't like that too much because they're not putting that on the feed too. But, that's all you got to do to upset a liberal these days is move your arms a little bit, swing your hips, and that upsets them. I'm glad I raised you girls to be a little bit more thick-skinned than that. But anyway, like I say, lots to be thankful for. My children are here with me live. I appreciate it. Okay? And let's get on the big stage. And I hope I hope your turkey turned out good, Samantha. Like I say, maybe next year I'll get there and stuff. But anyway, lots to be thankful for. My children are doing good. My kids all love me. That's good. That's always a plus when you get our age. The election went good. I'm not in a foxhole fighting a civil war. I'm not going to call it a civil war either. It'd have been a constitutional war. Hey, when you get together sometime, we should do the dance together and post it. I'm thankful for you. Yeah, well, it's cool. Like I said, it's time to start rubbing truth into some of these people's faces so they can start dealing with reality instead of dealing with what they're dealing with. You know, Elon Musk figured it out, and Twitter's making money and YouTube's losing money. Which business model do you think you should follow? You know, whatever. But, you know, that's my Trump dance. They don't even want to put that on because it's running like 90% view rate and 100% duration. Well, why would you want to put that on the feed? If you put it on the feed a million times, it get 900,000 views. By the way, I'm not fighting YouTube, but I'm not fighting a war, a constitutional war to save our country and to make sure that my kids' lives and my grandkids' lives are safe. You know, the oath I took as a Marine still applies. I didn't realize that when I got out, but now I do realize it. How important that oath is to me and the protection of my children and my grandchildren. Thank you, Samantha. Amen. Okay, what's another thing I'm thankful for? I tell you what, we all need to be thankful for in this country, whether you're a liberal Democrat, a communist, an illegal, or an American, is Putin's restraint. I mean, that guy is having to deal with a lot of stuff right now. I can't, I'm going to get into this later, but I can't believe that we have come. If you would have told me when I was growing up that we would have had American made missiles flying into Russia, bombing Russian targets with our stuff, and you would have told me back then it hadn't gone nuclear, I'd have said you were crazy. But we're here. Anyway, I'm glad for Putin's restraint. Let's hope he can hold off for what? It's another, 233, 53 days. Anyway, do you think you would have that type of restraint if your neighbor was slapping you in the face all the time? You know, tearing up your yard and stuff, killing your dog? Would you have that much restraint? Anyway, I'll get on that either. I want to talk about some nice, happy stuff, okay? Like my shorts I'm doing. That one that I got about the buck, the nice rack, these deer are in heat. It's crazy this year. There are so many big deer everywhere. And this morning I woke up again, looked out my back deck, and the elk were out in that south pasture or the pasture by my house. Yeah, I get to see the elk in the morning now because it's so dry and they're going to the water tank. You know, the only really water sources they're having now are the water tanks that the cows have. But anyway, they're coming into the meadow for the green grass. But yeah, I get to wake up, open my door, and see the elk. Amen. But the nice buck, I mean, they're in heat now. And now that we're feeding the cows and stuff, they're a lot less scared. I don't know if hunting season's still going on or not. I think it may still have this weekend. But they're out. And you can see I get close to them and they don't even care. And I mean, big ones all over the place with the base of their racks that are that big. I mean, I saw one that had to have a 2-foot chest. It was enormous. They're everywhere. Anyway, you know, usually you don't see them quite like this, especially during the day. Samantha, your grandbabies say they love you too. They are surprised we caught you live. Oh, I'm glad you caught me live. You watching me on the big screen, are you, or your phone? Anyway, yeah, I could have so many videos of the deer around here right now, especially when I go to get the DDG in the truck, the distiller and the pellets. They come out of the hills, okay? This is, hey, should I go hunting with a ballpoint pen, or what do they call that? Those pens that people can get that for protection device. I can't think of the name right now, but I want to say strategic pens, but I know that ain't it. But anyway, they're just crazy. The thing is, if the people that live around here, we have one person for every square mile, or one person for every 20 square miles. This is the least populated place in the country. Anyway, we got enough food to feed us for just forever. Um, Now, if we had a big city next to us where you could have all these hunters go out, it'd be different. And that's one thing when it gets to SHTF and people are talking about living off the wildlife and stuff. It all depends on how much people we have in the area. We live in an area where the wildlife could easily, just the wildlife could sustain us. And that's not counting the county I live in is the highest production of beef. Okay. Um, and buffalo and stuff, you name it. Anyway, but yeah, the bucks are awesome. Okay. It's nice just driving down the road, saying, oh, there's another trophy. There's another trophy. It's like fishing in Minnesota. You throw the 5-pound northern back, unless you're going to eat them because you got the 10-pounder just waiting to strike your line. Anyway, and then the Trump dance I did today. Okay. I just, I'm sick of hearing these people just wind their asses off. All right. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm making fun of them, but why can't I enjoy our win? Why can't I get in on the celebration? Everybody else is doing it. There's lots of videos out there with the Trump dance. Okay? Just, God, whatever could set these people off. I mean, it's almost like, I don't want to say picking on them, but, like the memes when Kamala Harris was giving that latest speech and they made memes and put a bottle in her hand and stuff. I mean, when you act retarded, you're really easy to tease. Okay? It's just the way it is. And like I say, if the Trump dance, I'll sit there and go in the middle. If I knew I was in the middle of a bunch of liberals, I would get down and start doing it. One of my kids would disagree with that. Oh, yeah. All day long. Anyway, and then, the videos about moving cows now and stuff, and I'm sure you see them. And yeah, it's wide open here. And when you can string those cows out and just, you don't move them fast, especially when they got the calves. And it's a wonderful sight. I love it. I love that part about out here. The openness, the feeling of freedom. It's, you know, you understand what's important. And to live out here and be able to handle it, you've got to be able to live a simple life. Okay, no frills and spills and stuff, because like say everything's 100 miles away, or if you order it, it's a week away. I mean, here we don't even get mail every day. We get it every other day. We get it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays if they go north of the village, and the only thing it has is a post office. And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays they go south, and the post office closes at noon. Anyway, yeah, it's desolate and isolating. I love it. Okay, this is where you get your sense of independence and freedom because you're not dependent on anybody. I mean, if I'm out in the pastures fencing and I hurt myself, roll the four-wheeler, something happens, I'm out there on my own. The guy I work with, he always knows where I'm at, just in case something happens. And they have to come looking for me. But you get the sense of, I don't know, you have confidence in yourself. You don't worry about that stuff. You go out and you go to work. And believe me, you take your, hey Carol, hey Wolf, I didn't know you were going live. No, Carol, the reason I got to go live is tomorrow we're working cows at a place that's an hour and 10 minutes away from my house. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back in time to go live tomorrow night. I got a real busy day. Like I say, we're shorthanded. It's crazy in this world. People want food on their table, but nobody wants to do type of food production. And I got a busy day tomorrow. What I'm thankful for is I got the day off to relax. But that's why now if I can go live tomorrow, but it could be if I get home at 6:30, I'm not going live, and that's what it may look like and stuff. But anyway, hopefully one day we'll get some young guys that want to come out here and learn old trades and get their hands dirty and deal with the cold weather and hot weather and that type of stuff. So, but like I say, the moving the cows. Carol, what'd you think of the Trump dance? This is what happens when old men stay in the house too long by themselves. This is why I better stay out, keep working. I'll start doing more videos like that. Start watching that stuff. All right. And then my thoughts of the day. Today was a short one. I didn't know how to do a Thanksgiving one. You got moves. I think you need to make more videos yeah, I want to. Okay, but right now, like I say, after the election, I did, I think it was my live on peace and prosperity. This was up before the 10 or 11 days was up after the election, before Biden gave permission to Ukraine to use long-range missiles. And I was talking about, wanting to start other channels up, and maybe putting the Lone Wolf Prepper, not on mothballs completely, but shut that down to the level of my other channels, and then build up my other channels. But yeah, I got another email out there with the channel's called Hidden Truths. If you look that up, that's my new channel under my new email and stuff. I'm hoping that'll take off. This channel's already been demonetized. Okay. So I can't make a living on this channel anyway. It's not, the thing is, I feel I never want to make money on YouTube. That wasn't my goal. It was to get the word out. But I feel I got a lot of ideas in my mind on where I want channels to go. Like I said, once I get my ultralight, the videos I can make flying around, and when I get my piano where I want it, and I can start making videos like that and stuff, and and then my paranormal channel under Hidden Truths. Oh my God, could you imagine if I could make a video and go Bigfoot hunting? Oh, hey, and Peach, how you doing? I tell you what, I can't make your lives, dude. We're working a lot. Let's just say that. And I usually catch them and stuff later, but you see mad wild. You will see mad wildlife. Yeah. But anyway, with the drone by. Okay, all right. But the thoughts of the day, the one I did today about be thankful what you have today because the government's going to try to take it from you tomorrow. I hope those days are over. But we need to keep reminding us and not forget what we went through these last 4 years. So it doesn't go back to that. Anyway. Now, the one I did, my short. Oh, did you see the Trump dance impeach? I tell you what, I am going to do one video in spring. I'm learning a routine to singing in the rain. And I'm going to sit out there this spring when it's raining once, and I'm going to do a singing in the rain routine. I promise. I'm not even an actor. I'm not even in entertainment. But I tell you what, I got all these ideas bouncing in my head like I like to do. Like I'd like to start out a type of red-green show, except this type of setup. Because there's places out here in the middle of nowhere where they have a hunting club and stuff. And the thing is, I need the time. And right now, see, I got to make a decision. I got to make a decision whether I want to push my YouTube and try to make it so I can be entertaining. See, when I know I'm entertaining, then I don't have a problem making money on YouTube if I'm putting money into it and effort into it, like it becomes a full-time job. And I mean, I'd be producing, writing. We are, it's all about, we are safe for, oh, I'm getting into that. But okay, let me get in anyway. But I'm saying I got lots of other ideas. Okay, and I need to make the decision in my life. Am I going to stay where I'm at, work these hours, and not have time to do this, or take a chance and try to make something on social media? Things are going to change. YouTube's are going to change. Okay, if YouTube wasn't so restricted, and this is nothing about me, but I got 360,000 views, right? And 632 subscribers. I mean, my subscriber count goes up and down. That's going to change. Jeff Bezos is going to wake up one day and realize, hey, I need to drop this wokeness, which we're going to get into, and make money. And I believe there's a future in YouTube. And we're right now, or whatever social media platform takes over YouTube. I wish Elon Musk would buy it. But right now, the eyeballs are on YouTube, okay? And I do have my X and my Rumble. But Rumble, I don't know, I must have put a wrong video on there because they won't even let me upload videos now. So, but don't worry. See, I think Rumble basically has the same investors as YouTube does. I really don't see the difference in the two channels, but whatever. You know, maybe Rumble in the past was free speech, but you know, like the new Tea Party, they got taken over. Hope your dogs had just got a jolly good Thanksgiving, bro. Oh, they're always happy. They're always happy. A food good there. Let's just say they're extremely spoiled all the time. It's Christmas for them all the time. Peach, I can't make it any better for my dogs. Okay? There's no way I can possibly make it any better for the dogs. So, anyway. But that's the point I'm at now. You know, I got a New Year's coming up, and I need to make, am I going to stay on YouTube and push my other channel? Because like I say, with all my other channels and stuff, it would be an 12-hour day, 6 days a week. But I think I could do it. I got the ideas. You know, I'd be, you know, like the Red Green, the show I want to start, like the Red Green, I get to be behind the camera though. Anyway, now I want to talk about the mass media short I did. Okay, we got World War III coming up. I just want to get serious a second. We got World War III coming up, and what's the mass media stuck on? Trump, 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 Trump. That's all it is, nonstop. And they're not talking about Biden and NATO trying to start World War III. Maybe if the media starts getting those stories out and getting the truth out, people will, hey, we're could be days away from World War III. We're basically in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, and then maybe people will start saying, hey, we need to settle this down. And, you know, when Elon Musk said, we are the new media, we are, because the only people on social media, us conservatives, are screaming this. It's the holidays, and we got to be thankful Putin's got restraint. Does he have another 53 days he can do it? I don't know. But if the mass media would start reporting on this and make it a big issue, I thought this would all blow over. I thought, you know, the Democrats would let Ukraine go and stuff, and we were all in our bliss about Trump winning. And then 11 days later, he's got to wander off into the Amazon and give permission for Ukraine to use long-range missiles. And all you hear is Trump, 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 Trump. These people have Trump derangement syndrome. How can you hate a man that much? I mean, he's not the Antichrist. All right? They're trying to make him out like we've all heard it. He's the son of the devil, and he's going to do nothing but completely crush us, just like he did his first 4 years, right? I'm just so sick of it. They need to start talking about World War III, about what could happen in the next few days. If they spent as much time on going over what the Democrats are doing right now instead of what Trump is doing with his picks and stuff, his nominees, what like you say, I don't think you should nominate anybody because a lot of those government three-letter agencies and cabinet positions need to get re-raised. The transition will go smooth. Will not go smooth. Well, let's you got Kamala out there drunk. Yeah, they both said they were going to make a smooth transition, right? Or what wrong? Hi, Carol. Anyway, the media just needs to start spouting that 24/7, nonstop. I mean, we got people thinking that they can win a nuclear war. Maybe they can, but we're not going to be able to. Like I say, Carol, you live next to a nuclear power plant. What do you think's going to happen to them? Okay? They just say the bombs. There's so much more collateral stuff that's going to happen days and weeks later. And I'm not just talking about the radiation. Okay, what about all our nuclear missiles we got in the ground? Or going to have left over, the nuclear weapons? I mean, it's just crazy time. It's crazy time. You and Carol will glow, huh? Yeah, well, the thing is, we got the nuclear missile silos. This is the thing, too, where I'm thinking if I take YouTube, the path of YouTube, where I want to move to is back down by where the silos are at, not in the actual counties, but the next counties over. So I don't know. Why can't we all get along? Why do we gotta be hating on each other? 1 hour and 15 minutes away from me. So that'd be what, about 70 miles? You're gonna have all your water's gonna be contaminated. It's just I just hope, like I say, the mass media gets on this and they get off Trump, start talking about World War III. Like Walter Cronkite said, you don't report on stuff, that's what causes it to happen. Okay? People need to know about it. But anyway, I guess CNN still thinks bashing Trump is going to raise their ratings. Well, MSNBC found out that's not it, but then again, they're not stopping. Hell, our water is already contaminated. Yes. You don't know how beneficial it is to living out here. All our wells are right on the Ogallala Aquifer. I mean, the Ogallala Aquifer water comes squirting right out of the ground. You don't even need a pump. Clean as can be. Wildlife. I mean, this is a lone wolf prepper's dream out here. No people, abundant wildlife. I mean, the thing is, you don't have a lot of trees, but where you do have the cottonwoods is by the water. And the average civilian isn't going to come out here because nothing out here. They get 5 miles up that North Whitman Road and they'll be, I think, I'm not walking no further. Anyway, I feel really safe out here. But let's hope this week, I keep thinking it's Sunday, next week or the following days. I mean, what do we need? The bombs in the air flying at us before the mass media is going to say, Houston, I think we have a problem. Anyway, now I want to get on. Woke is ending. Okay. I'm loving hearing this. Walmart is dropping woke. And they're the only thing they're really not, they're going to sit there and say they're going to review their pride uh, endorsements and stuff. But yeah, Walmart, you know, vote Trump. You live where UFO touchdown, Tom. Well, I tell you what, I see a lot of strange stuff in the skies out here. The sky's big in the middle of K, nowhere of where. Yeah, hey, one thing, impeach. I got another channel. It's called Hidden Truths. And I got it under a different email and stuff. So maybe I can get that, but only got one video on that, the Patterson video. But if you want, I believe it's something big is going to happen before Christmas. Well, I tell you what, they don't stop pushing Putin. I mean, this is the thing. They're going to start pushing so hard that Putin's citizens are going to demand it. Okay? A lot of them aren't going to care. Well, if Trump gets in the office, this will all be settled. And then they're talking about giving Ukraine nukes. And like I say, they're not giving Ukraine nukes. Okay. I know that the president is the only one that is in charge of our nuclear weapons, all of them all over the world. And I guarantee you, he is not allowed to just give them away to other countries. Because he's the one, they're not allowed, okay? They're not going to give the codes or nothing to fire him. I mean, once he carries nuclear football around, he's going to give it to old man Zelensky now. But anyway, they're redeploying our weapons in Europe. The weapons will come from Europe. This thing, they got 53 days left, and they're talking about deploying nuclear weapons to Ukraine. I'm not going to say giving Ukraine, redeploying our nuclear weapons to Ukraine. You think Russia's going to put up with that? You know, Kennedy was ready to nuke the whole world because Russia wanted to put nukes in Cuba. Anyway, like I say, we're so much more closer to nuclear war than we were in 1962. It's just, this is taking longer to play out. I mean, can you imagine in March of 2022 if Biden would have said, you know where this is all going to end up? If I lose the election, I'm going to sit there and give Ukraine nuclear weapons. Start out slow. You know, World War II didn't start with the nuclear bomb. It ended with the nuclear bomb. Okay, let's go back to companies that are dropping woke. Walmart. Good. Okay. Woke is dying. They're finding out it's not profitable. And now that it's not mandatory, basically, for these companies, they're going to shed it like crazy. They should have stood up to it in the first place. The second Trump get in office. Yep. Okay. They keep saying chat's disconnecting and connecting. I don't know if you guys are having problems getting comments in. But anyway, like I say, YouTube, no men and women sports. Well, yeah. Straight up. I mean, like I say, you got men boxing women. Isn't that called assault? Beating the hell out of them. You got men in volleyball spiking the ball, causing facial damage to women and stuff. You got Leah Thomas walking around the girls' locker room, wagging his wiener at him and stuff. Yeah, all those are crimes. Those are crimes. If I went into a woman's locker room and did that, I would be arrested. But I guess if you're mentally insane, you're okay to get away with it. This woke stuff. We need to go back. They want to say trust the science. Okay, there's two genders in science. We need to go back to common sense. We need to go back to not being afraid to hurt somebody's feelings when they're talking retarded. We need to go back to telling the truth. Okay. Anyway, but I'm glad Walmart's not going to work. And I hope, one thing I hope Walmart goes back to 24 hours because I really miss doing my 1 a.m. shopping. That's when I do my shopping in the morning when nobody's there. I hope they bring back the 24-hour Walmart. That's almost like something you don't even remember anymore, is it? Anyway, another company that's dropping woke, and I'm glad to hear this because we use a lot of their equipment. John Deere. Oh, yeah. I've experienced results from DEI hires. I'm not a nice person. No, Carol, you're just an honest person. Because that's where you grew up, just like I did. We don't care about your feelings, just get the shit done. I mean, thank God our parents didn't care about our feelings, or we'd have ended up like these people. It would have been a couple generations before us. By the way, John Deere's getting rid of woke. Thank God. You know why? Last year, we're a bigger place. They every once in a while buy an older tractor for a smaller task, but the newer stuff or the big tractors they lease them, right? Well, last year, the new tractor we got, we always get them in January. Last year, with the new tractor we got, which I can't wait to see this one. By the way, it had a few issues. Brand new, right? Buy something brand new and pay $250,000 for it. And the first thing you should have to do is fix it, right? The tires weren't sealed, so they were losing air. And it was winter time. Okay? What? That was a problem, but we had to fix it. And then about that was the first week. And then the second week, I'm feeding one day, and all of a sudden diesel fuel starts flying out of the injector pump. The injector lines were loose. Kind of like stuff falling off airplanes and stuff. See, it's just not airplanes, it's also anything deal with DEI and woke companies. There's stuff with the garbage. I bet you Harley Davidson motorcycles are probably falling apart as they're driving down the road. But anyway, that's what I experienced from the wokeness and the DEI. Just with the tractors in ranching, dealing with the finished product, I had to deal with it. But whatever. And then Tractor Supply. Now I know Prepper Nation boycotted them, well, for a while, I think. But, now they dropped the wokeness. I mean, it's good to see. Americans shouldn't be forced to do anything they don't want to do. And American companies shouldn't be forced to do anything that they don't want to in their companies. No matter what kind of social pressures are put on them. Because people just don't, we don't agree with you. Okay, and then I brought up Harley Davidson. They're dropping the woke. And there's lots of companies. These are just the few I heard today. Okay? And then, Carol Prince, good night. Vote Trump, yes. Hey, Carol, good night. Have a good night. You enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful weekend. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow night live. I don't know. Anyway, but the NFL, the Washington Commanders are kind of breaking their woke. They say they're going to use the Washington Redskin logo again, but they didn't talk about changing the name and stuff. Okay. I mean, all these companies that are financed by these woke, you turn that money down. I guarantee you, for every dollar you give up with that sponsor, you'll make $2 from every other sponsor. Okay, because people want America back. Okay, the NFL, Trump still watches the NFL. I haven't watched the NFL for a long time. Just one thing, I think it's getting too soft. But I can understand, I guess, they pay these players a lot of money. But it started with the kneeling and now the black anthem. I was telling, I'm sorry, Carol. The black national anthem and stuff. There's a point where you got to draw the line and say, I'm not going to support this stuff anymore. I would love. I used to listen to baseball on the radio. I hated watching it on TV. I love and I'm in Minnesota, so I love the Minnesota Twins. The nice thing about it, out here, I can pick it up on AM radio. And, the Minnesota Vikings and stuff. I loved watching sports. I was athletic. I was in sports. And maybe I do like my gladiators in the Coliseum and my bread and circus a little bit. But aren't I allowed? But I can't watch bread and circus when I'm watching a bunch of politicians run around on the field saying that, that's all they became. Politicians running around on the field. Okay? But anyway, it started. Trump's not even in office yet. Okay? Wait. I just can't wait. If we can get through this next 53 days without World War III starting, and Trump can get in office, and I'm not agreeing with everything that he's doing. Government needs to shrink, not get where they save more money in one area and spend it in another area. Oh, we saved all this money. We can start up a new cabinet position or something like that. No. Okay. I want our taxes to go down. I want government to go down. I want Washington, D.C., the actual area there with the government buildings, to shrink the government buildings. And then those old government buildings, they can lease them out to companies that are making money. Anyway, I want government to shrink. Like I say, get rid of the IRS. If I didn't have to deal with the IRS, I wouldn't have to deal with the government at all unless I go to the VA. Okay? But then I'm dealing with doctors, just whatever. It's time to get the government out of your life. I mean, the thing is, I won't go to the doctor in the civilian world. There's no way. I'd be afraid they try to shoot me up with that, and say, oh, we're sorry. And they go to the pharmaceutical companies, give us $100. Okay? So, but I'm lucky. Hey, Kristen, you on your way home? All my kids are here today. Anyway, so love you, sweetie. Did you have a good meal? Oh, you're already home. Okay. You watching me on TV or your phone? So anyway, well, I don't got much left. Anyway, some people that are staying woke, okay? Jaguar. Did anybody see the new Jaguar commercial? Nala's with me, so she's watching too. Hey, sweetie, how's it going? Nala's my granddaughter. Jaguar is still going woke, okay? And let's just say that after that commercial, they didn't tell the dealers or nothing. They were coming out, these independent-owned dealers. And let's just say the dealers and mechanics are awful a little upset because they say real men drive Jaguars. I mean, don't these people got to figure it out? They're not the majority. And they are finding out they have less and less support. Okay? And all this craziness, then they're throwing the tantrums aren't gonna fly anymore. I mean, we have a bakery in Arizona that didn't want to, I think it was Arizona, that didn't want to make a cake for a gay couple, and they got sued and were forced to make a cake. But this Crush Cakes in California can come out and say they're not going to serve Trump voters. And that's okay. See, this stuff ain't going to fly no more. The woke is over. Common sense is coming back. Okay? And I realize that a lot of people are having mental issues because of the and it's kind of screwing up your brains. But do something to detoxify your body so you don't have eyes that look like these women and these people that did these meltdown videos over the election. I mean, I don't know, but those are some crazy eyes. All right. I wouldn't even be in the same house as a woman that had eyes like that because it'd be a crazy house. Anyway, and let's hope Boeing, I don't know if I heard Boeing drop a woke or not, but let's hope they do. Maybe they'll start creating good planes again. I mean, I was to that Boeing plant in Seattle back in 93. I went to it. Summer 93, I went and toured that plant because, well, let's just say that the job I had at the time in the military, I could have went and worked for Boeing. But I decided not to. Anyway, but I went to that plant and I saw the plant was huge and how they make, all those airplanes, the assembly line, how it works is just crazy. But, I can't even imagine what it looks like now. I don't think it probably looks as professional. If I saw some of those people working on them planes they're putting together, I mean, there's a reason I don't fly anymore. I mean, you got doors flying off and tires flying off and stuff, just like the John Deere. At least I'm not in the air when the fuel lines start leaking on that thing. Anyway, let's hope Boeing, all these companies. You want to be woke, that's fine. If that's the way you think, that's fine. But do you think your customers need to know about that? All they care about is hey, they don't care about your political. They would care about, hey, this guy's got a good business. I like shopping there. He's a fair businessman. And then, you're going to cut off half of your customers because you don't like the way they believe politically. All these people. I believe in democracy as long as it agrees with me. Well, that's not a democracy. That's a dictatorship or a communist socialist republic. Okay. But, I just need sensibility back in the world. And maybe we got, we all thought it was over after the election, but obviously not. So if the news ain't going to report on it, I guess I got to keep Lone Wolf Prepper up and talking about the silly stuff. And I guess I'll be on, hey, guess what? They just launched the nukes. And we wanted to put Kamala Harris in charge of the country. I mean, could you imagine? See, I believe Putin would have struck us anyway if she would have won, knowing that they wouldn't have had a choice. Anyway, there's a lot of things I could say. I'm thankful for the election went the way, but I hope these NATO and stuff wake up. Nala says hi. Hi, Nala. See that picture? Of that thing I got my horses? That's my dream one day. I'd love to live in it like that. Horses in a cabin, totally independent, totally lone wolf, with scenery like that. Anyway, yep. Anyway, that's all the Lone Wolf Preppers got for tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. I love you, Chris, and love you, Nala. You guys have a good night. Love you, Samantha and Janetta. Everybody have a great weekend. And the Lone Wolf Prepper channel will be up on all the latest to bring you on how the Democrats are just losing their minds. Anyway, 53 days, everybody. 53 days. It's like we counted down the election. Now we got to count down. Well, first we got January 6th, which could be crazy. And, after he gets in office, remember, because of the Democrats, now he's got DOD Directive 5240.01. Anyway, 53 days of hell. I know. I'm just so sick of worrying about this. It's the holidays. And on Thanksgiving, I gotta go on YouTube and I gotta hear, because not Thanksgiving in Russia, just a Thursday there. That's another thing. We're hearing everything from Putin. We haven't heard nothing from JoJo yet about this. Hey JoJo, you're trying to start World War III. You're giving permission to Ukraine to use long-range missiles. You want to give Ukraine nukes. Can you get on TV and talk to us about this? Tell us what your plan is. Can you believe a president is doing this without addressing the nation? We need a national address from the Oval Office so he can explain to the American people why he needs to start World War III with 53 days left in office. Maybe we all need to. They don't care. They could have 300 million people email them at the White House. They wouldn't care because they'd still be looking at, oh, Kamala won, right? And then I heard that Kamala could be in a little trouble because all these people that donated to the Democratic campaign that were duped because they were lying about the polls. Well, this is the thing. I knew they were lying. You knew they were lying. If you got a lot of money and you didn't know they were lying, guess what? You just got suckered. Welcome to the party that suckered you. They put somebody in that nobody voted for, took all your money, lied to you, paid a bunch of entertainers millions of dollars, ended up millions of dollars in debt. I mean, Democrats learning about the Democratic Party, and we're all supposed to shut up because we're spreading information about the truths that are going on. Anyway, the days of telling truths when a man can have a baby, that's going to be misinformation now, not a fact. Okay, and college kids are going to know that men can't have babies instead of when they're asked out on college campus. Some say yes, and others won't answer because they say it's too controversial. The woke is over. 53 days. Get Trump into office. Settle the world down. And we can at least enjoy the next, well, I think it's going to be 12 years because J.D. Vance, the younger crowd just loves him too much. And us vets love him. He's got a lot of people behind him already. But then let's say we get 12 years. That just allows him to go in hiding for 12 years and come back in force because eventually the Democrats will be in power again. And we just got to keep reminding them what they did the first time. These last 4 years have been crazy. Start out with the COVID restrictions, trying to mandate people to get shots, people losing their jobs over it, to end up to, before they get out, they're trying to start World War III. I mean, let's say they legitimately weren't even supposed to be in office because, remember, there were a few million less votes this election. Anyway, I like posts that MD Creekmore put, and I want to give him the credit. It goes, inflation's so bad in Biden's America, you can't even buy an election for $1 billion. Oh, that would have been a great thought of the day, but I loved it. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I didn't even plan on going this long. Anyway, I thought it was a little cheerful. Yeah, I think got a little serious, but I get a little cheerful. Everybody have a great evening. And, maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. If not, anyway, enjoy my shorts. So I know YouTube and the Democrats aren't, but enjoy my shorts and Maybe I'll do a little bit more of the Trump dance. Everybody have a great night. This Lone Wolf Prepper out.